Okay, our next lesson is about the FOIL method. FOIL, which stands for first, outside, inside, last, is a way that we do a very specific type of problem. One binomial times another binomial. So let's get started. Once again, I'm joined by Hannah. Hello. How's it going?
Good, how are you?
I'm good.
Good.
Let's get to the math, huh? So FOIL, first, outside, inside, last, very specific type of problem. One binomial times another binomial. And typically, the problems look like this. Remember, a binomial is two terms separated by a plus or a minus. Usually they're in parentheses like this. So here's our first binomial, and here's our second binomial. Okay? So this is what your problems are going to look like, and this is the method that we're going to use to solve these types of problems. Okay?
Okay.
So let's look at our first problem. It's the one we were just looking at. It's x plus 3 times x plus 6. One binomial and another binomial here next to it. We're going to use the FOIL method. If you look at these two binomials here, Hannah, you see that each one has a first term and each one has a last term. The x is the first here, the 3 is last, the x is the first here, and the 6 is last here. So those two x's, those become what we call our first terms. The 3 and the 6, that's what we call our last terms. And then if you look at the two binomials together, you see that two of the terms are on the outside and two are on the inside. So we call the x and the 6 here, we call those our outside terms. And the 3 and the x, we call those our inside terms. And that makes our FOIL. So, F-O-I-L. F is x times x. O is x times 6. I is 3 times x, and L is 3 times 6. Hannah, you're up. X times x. What's x times x?
X squared.
X squared. And how about x times 6?
6x.
6x. And 3 times x?
3x.
Yeah, that's how we say 3x. And 3 times 6?
18.
18. So we're almost done here. The last step when you're doing the FOIL method, all you want to do is add any like terms that you have together. So, do you see like terms there, Hannah?
6x and 3x.
Okay, and what do you get when you add those together?
You get 9x.
That's right. 6x and 3x make 9x, so our final answer is x squared plus 9x plus 18. That's a quadratic trinomial, and we'll be looking at problems involving quadratic trinomials in subsequent lessons. But binomial times a binomial, we got this trinomial, and we use the FOIL method to figure that answer out. Let's look at one other problem, do the FOIL method to solve it. This is a binomial times another binomial. Okay? We have our first terms, our 5x and 8x. That's our F. We have our last terms, negative 7 and 9. Those are our lasts. We have our outside terms, 5x and 9, those are our O, and negative 7 and 8x make our I. Okay? So, F is 5x times 8x. What's that? 5x times 8x.
40x squared.
40x squared, that's right. And our O is 5x times 9. What's 5x times 9?
45x.
That's right, 45x. And our I is negative 7 times 8x. What's that? Negative 7 times 8x?
Negative 56.
That's right.
X.
Right. And negative 7 times 9 is L. Negative 7 times 9.
Negative 63.
That's right. And the last step is adding any terms that are alike. Do you see terms that are alike in this problem?
Yeah.
Which ones?
45x and negative 56x.
That's right. And what do they make when you add 45x and negative 56x? That's a little hard. Positive and a negative?
Negative 11.
Right.
X.
Good. Negative 11x. So we have 40x squared minus 11x and minus 63. That's our answer. This binomial times this binomial gets us this. This again is a quadratic trinomial. So, Hannah, we learned the FOIL method. FOIL stands for first, outside, inside, last. It's a way to do a very specific type of problem. One binomial times another binomial. So Hannah, let's give those people at home some time to do some problems on their own so that they can get ahead.